Having trouble with babies again this year, of course. I got, this is the best way I found. You take a mustard bottle. This one's got a long end on it, and it's like a soft plastic. And this tube, probably can't see it, is surgical tubing. It's soft, so you can't hurt their throat when you put it in there. And this is Zupreme. It's parrot formula, and it mixes real easy. Put hot water in it, mix it. It's about 50% water. Mix it up and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then it thickens. You got to add a little more water. Whatever's left, I keep in the fridge. I refill it, fill it with hot water. If it's not hot, I'll put it in a tub of hot water and let it warm up so it's warm. One thing I found about these two here just weren't getting fed. One of them is that's an Aspar chick. We're in my basement, by the way. Sorry about the light being in the way. I got a chicken heat lamp here. This guy's eating already. He's full, actually. I'm not even going to feed him. He's big enough, but I don't know where to put him. I'm going to have to start a young bird coop or something, because he's way big enough to eat on his own. You can cut the lid on a shaker like that, put some food in it, and they'll eat out of that. That's helpful when they get bigger like this. You just stick their beak in and feed them like that. It's a bit messy, but they learn to eat that way. I usually do this at night if they're eating formula during the day. But he's big enough to eat on his own. He really should be back out in the coop. I just don't know where to put him because the males are still aggressive. This little guy's, he's full too. Yeah, see, he ate on his own too. He's fine. He could be on his own. That's plenty big enough. When they're feathered like this, they eat on their own. He doesn't need anything. He got scalped. You can see that, but I just brought him in yesterday, and I got some triple antibiotic I put on his head just to make it heal faster. Doesn't take long. You just smear some on there, and that's it. He's done. He'll be fine. He's fine on his own now. That's a young Rahani. That's my first one this year. But to feed him, I'll just show you, because I don't know if you'll be able to see at the camera angle, but it's kind of, you just hold their beak open with your 2 fingers. You take that tube, put it right in their throat, and just give it a little squeeze. You got to be real careful, because you'll squeeze it and you'll overfill them with this. And that's it, they're done. One little thing I found out about I got the modern frills, and they always say, well, put them under pumpers. Well, even the pumpers, I got them under a pair of trumpeters I use for pumpers. And trumpeters, Arabian trumpeters, are about the same size as, a little bigger than a roller, but some of them are small like a roller. And the beak width on the little baby moderns is too wide once they get to 2 weeks old. It's not that they can't feed them or they won't feed them. The beak is physically too wide to fit into the mouth of the mother. So you can't, they'll stop feeding them at 2 weeks. Now those two are in the coop, and they're being fed. I'm feeding them, but they're in the coop, and I want them to learn to eat, and they'll learn to eat faster with other birds. I could put them down here with these two, which I may still do. It's not the beak, it's not the age, it's not the pumpers. After 2 weeks, the width of the beak is too big to fit into the mother's mouth or the pumper's mouth even. Unless maybe if you were using like kings or something really big. Because my pumpers are great. It's just that the beak is just too wide and they can't feed them anymore. So that's a little tip on moderns. I got 2 babies this year. I got 2 out there now. So I'm doing good with them. They're not a problem. It's just once they get about 2 weeks old to about 3.5 weeks, which these guys are, about 3 weeks, they feather out, they eat on their own. So you only feed them for about a week. It's not a big deal to raise moderns. You just gotta be careful and switch the eggs and stuff. But I'm doing all right now. The weather sucks. That's why these guys are getting left out. It gets warm and then it gets super cold again. It's terrible up here, and all my friends up here are having trouble too, so it's just not me. You just gotta have time to watch them and feed them and everything. I'm gonna do an update on the babies. But young Asfar and young Rahani, I don't know how they're going to be. You can't tell their beaks because they're little. But I'm hoping they're going to be pretty good. Got a ton of Asfars this year. That's my only Rahani. So